Want to speak real German from your very first lesson? Get instant access with your free lifetime account at langadvance.com.
Hello and welcome to this German A1 Goethe Certificate exam preparation. In this course, we will prepare for all 4 parts of the exam, which are the reading, writing, listening, and speaking part. This course is more than 9 hours long, so that you will be well prepared for the exam. I have gone through this preparation with many students so that I can tell you how this exam will go about. So I will also explain to you what is expected from you in order to receive the A1 certificate. So let's start with the course. Hello and welcome to part 3 of the reading part of the exam. So here you will see short announcements. Okay, so let's start. So here's the assignment of part 3. Lesen Sie die Texte und die Aufgaben 11 bis 15. Okay, so read the texts and assignments 11 till 15. Kreuzen Sie an, richtig oder falsch, so tick correct or wrong. Okay, so as you see, there are short announcements or different informations. The first one is an example, das Beispiel, just for you to see how that works. I will show you. Beispiel an der Tür der Sprachschule, so at the door of the language school. Here the sentence is, zum Deutschlernen gehen Sie in die Beethovenstraße 23. So for learning German, you go to Beethovenstraße 23. And here is the announcement or the text. Sprachzentrum, okay, it's like a language school, a language center. Das Zentrum is the center. Das Sprachzentrum ist umgezogen. Okay, so the language center has moved or is relocated. Sie finden uns jetzt in der Beethovenstraße 23. You find us now in Beethovenstraße 23. So it's correct, richtig. Okay, please put a proper cross in the in your answer sheet that you will receive in the exam. So now what I would suggest is that you do all those assignments by yourself, and then afterwards we will look at the translations and at the correct answers. Okay, so I will stay on each page for a few seconds, but you can pause the video and pause it for as long as you need. Okay, let's do it without any pressure, and we can have a final an exam at the end of this course where we do it properly with a time, so you know that you just have certain time for a certain assignment, and we do it the proper way as it would be in the real exam. Right now it's just practicing and learning how it works. So you take your time, okay, as long as you need. You can pause the video on each page for as many minutes as you like, and then I will continue to the translations and the answers. So let's start now. So now we are here with the translations, okay, and the answers. Let's have a look at that. So the first one here, I've translated that already. Let's have a look at number 11. So we have here in der Sprachschule, so in the language school. And here is the note. In der 10 Uhr Pause bekommen Sie an der Rezeption ein Frühstückspaket. Belegte Brötchen und Getränke für 2 Euro. So in the 10 a.m. break, you receive a breakfast package or like a breakfast box at the reception, sandwiches and beverages for 2 euros. Belegte Brötchen, das Brötchen means the bun, and we put like butter and cheese in it, and or sausage or anything, or ham or so. So it's not quite like a sandwich with toast bread. This is a bun. Okay, we say belegt, like it means there's something inside. Belegte Brötchen. We also have the word das Sandwich. Okay, just as in English. So die Rezeption is the reception. Okay, words that end with ion in German are feminine, so it's die Rezeption. Das Frühstück is the breakfast, and das Paket is the package. Das Getränk is the beverage, and here in the plural, Getränke is the beverages. And okay, so here's written, in der Sprachschule, let me do it like this, in der Sprachschule können Sie etwas zu essen kaufen. So you can buy something to eat in the language school, and that is correct. Okay, you can buy something to eat here. The next page, Nummer 12, an der Post, at the post office. Öffnungszeiten are the opening hours. Montags bis Freitags, Mondays to Fridays, 8 till 12, and here 13 till 18. Samstag, Saturdays, 8 till 12. Es ist Samstagnachmittag. Sie können auf der Post Briefmarken kaufen. So it is Saturday afternoon. You can buy stamps in the post office. So we just say die Post for the post office, and Briefmarke. Die Briefmarke means the stamp, and here it's in the plural, die Briefmarken. Okay, so it is wrong, falsch, because es ist Samstagnachmittag, it's in the afternoon on Saturday, but it's just open till 12. Okay, so it's not possible to buy them there. Nummer 13, am Bahnhof, at the train station. Auf dem gesamten Bahnhof ist das Rauchen verboten. So smoking is forbidden in the entire train station. Rauchen means to smoke, und das Rauchen means the smoking. Not like the suit, but the smoking, like to smoke. And verboten means forbidden. Verbieten means to forbid. Okay, gesamt means the entire, okay, or the entire train station. And here the sentence, Sie können hier Zigaretten rauchen. You can smoke cigarettes here, and that is wrong, falsch. Okay, die Zigarette is the cigarette, and here it's in the plural, Zigaretten, cigarettes. The next one, Eingang Restaurant, entrance restaurant. Heute im Bavaria, today in Bavaria. So it is not here, Bavaria in English means Bayern in German. So the German word for Bavaria is Bayern. Okay, this is the federal state in Germany. But here, they are talking about the restaurant. Im Restaurant, it would be like heute im Restaurant Bavaria. Okay. So it's not, they are not talking about the federal state, but the restaurant here. Okay. Bayerischer Abend, Brezeln, Weißwürste, Sauerkraut, Volksmusik, ab 20 Uhr Tanz. So Bavarian evening, pretzels, white sausages, Weißwürste, so that are like typical Bavarian sausages. They look quite white or light gray, I would say. And das ist die Weißwurst in German, in the singular, and Würste in the plural. Sauerkraut, just as in English. Folk music, Volksmusik, okay, die Volksmusik. And from 8 p.m. on, dancing. Der Tanz is the dance or the dancing. Okay, so it's Die Brezel, it's a female word in German. Die Brezel, here it's in the plural. Die Brezeln with an N. Die Weißwurst in the singular. Die Weißwürste in the plural. Das Sauerkraut, we just use it in the singular form. Und die Volksmusik und der Tanz. Okay, please write down the correct articles when you write down all those words. Heute Abend können Sie in diesem Restaurant tanzen. So today evening you can dance in this restaurant, and that is correct, richtig. Okay, tanzen means to dance. Dann 15 an der Haltestelle at the bus stop in der Neujahrsnacht ist in the New Year's night, New Year's Eve, die Neujahrsnacht. Das Neujahr is the New Year. Busverkehr bis 23 Uhr und von 1 bis 5 Uhr alle 30 Minuten. So bus traffic until 11 p.m. and from 1 a.m. until 5 a.m. every 30 minutes. Okay. So der Busverkehr is the bus traffic and der Verkehr is the traffic by itself. Von 23 bis 1 Uhr fährt kein Bus. There are no buses running from 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. and that is correct, richtig. Okay, there are no buses, just until 23 as you see here, and then just from 1 again until 5, all 30 minutes or every 30 minutes. Okay, so that was it already. And I hope you learned some new words and it worked well with the exercises. If not, you can of course try again. Okay, prepare yourself well for the exam and do those assignments as often as needed. And then see you in the next video. Cheers! Hello and welcome to the writing part of the exam. So the writing part consists of 2 assignments. We will do both here in this video. And let's have a look here at the first page. So in the exam, you will see this sheet in front of you, and then you know it's here about lesen und schreiben, okay? It's about reading and writing, both parts together. For those 2 parts, you have 45 minutes. Now we are at schreiben here. For the writing part, you have 20 minutes, okay, about 20 minutes. So I will show you here what this means, the translation of that. So schreiben, circa 20 Minuten, so writing about 20 minutes. Dieser Test hat 2 Teile. This test has 2 parts, okay, so the writing part has 2 parts or 2 assignments. Sie füllen ein Formular aus und schreiben einen kurzen Text. You fill out a form and write a short text. Okay, that are those 2 assignments. The first one is filling out a form. The second assignment is writing a short text. Schreiben Sie zum Schluss Ihre Lösungen auf den Antwortbogen. In the end, write your answers on the answer sheet. I will show you what this answer sheet looks like. Wörterbücher sind nicht erlaubt. Okay, so dictionaries are not allowed in the entire exam. So here is the first assignment. Okay, I would suggest that we do it the following way. You try to do it on your own right now. Okay, you can pause the video and do this exercise or this assignment, and then you move to the next page where is the second part of the writing part of the exam. You do it also on your own, and then you continue with the video and I show you the right answers and and what to fill in the blanks here. Okay, so I will stay here on this page for a few seconds, but you can pause the video and take your time as long as you need, okay, to do this assignment. So Okay, so I hope you've done this assignment now, and I will help you with that right now and also translate. Okay, so Teil 1, Part 1. Ihre Freundin Eva Kadavi macht mit ihrem Mann und ihren beiden Söhnen, 8 und 11 Jahre alt, Urlaub in Seeheim. Okay, so your friend, your girlfriend, or your female friend, Eva Kadavi, macht mit ihrem Mann Urlaub. It means she's on vacation. She wants to do or may have a vacation with her husband, mit ihrem Mann, her husband, and her two sons. Beide Söhne also means both sons, okay, with both sons 8 and 11 years old in Seeheim. Okay, this is a town. Im Reisebüro bucht sie für den nächsten Sonntag eine Busfahrt um den Bodensee. So in the travel agency she books a Busfahrt. It is a bus trip around the Bodensee. That is a big lake in Germany. Okay, den Bodensee means around it. Okay, and it's for next Sunday. Frau Kadavi hat keine Kreditkarte. She does not have a credit card. Die Kreditkarte means the credit card. In dem Formular fehlen 5 Informationen. So in this form there are 5 pieces of information missing. Helfen Sie Ihrer Freundin und schreiben Sie die 5 fehlenden Informationen in das Formular. So help your friend and write the 5 missing pieces of information in the form. Am Ende schreiben Sie Ihre Lösungen bitte auf den Antwortbogen. So at the end, please write your solutions or your answers on the answer sheet. I will show you the answer sheet in a second. Okay, so Familienname means last name, Vorname means the name. Anzahl der Personen, amount of people or persons, it's 4, right? It's Eva, her husband, and the 2 children. Davon Kinder, like of those 4 persons, how many children are there? 2. Urlaubsadresse, it was written here already, Hotel Schönblick. Straße, Hausnummer was also written already. PLZ means Postleitzahl, and this is the zip code. Here the zip code. Urlaubsort, this is the place where we will have the vacation, the town, Seeheim. Der Reisepreis ist mit der Anmeldung zu bezahlen. So it means the entire price needs to be paid with the registration. Okay, die Anmeldung is the registration. Zahlungsweise is the way of paying, okay, or the payment method, and bar means cash, okay, and Kreditkarte is the credit card. Die Bar as a noun means the bar, like the pub, and bar usually in small letters means to pay cash, okay. Here it's just capitalized because it's at the beginning of the line or the only option here. Reisetermin means the traveling time or the appointment or the date. Okay, it's nächsten Sonntag, next Sunday. Unterschrift is the signature, and here's her signature. So this is what you can write down in the sheet that you will have in front of you, but you have to put this information here in the answer sheet also, and this is what the answer sheet will look like. Okay, so here you will have to write your name, okay, Nach- und Vorname, so first last name, then your name, Institution, Ort, so the place of the institution. Geburtsdatum is your birthday. In German we first write the day, the month, and then the year. Then hören, okay, it's listening. So you will have your sheet with the assignments, but you also have to put the answers here in this answer sheet. Very important, okay? So here you see hören, Teil 1, ABC. Here you put the right answers. As you see here is written, markieren Sie so. So you have to put the cross like this, not like that, okay? Very important. Good. Then the next one, Prüfer, means like the person who is checking that at the institution. So you have to do it the same with the reading part and the writing part here. This is where you put what do you have to write. Number 1 As you see here, just to repeat, number 1 was here Anzahl der Personen, so how many people there were, okay, 4. And then the second one was about the children. This is the place. This is to pay in cash, okay, and the time or the date they are leaving is next Sunday. So this is what the answer sheet looks like. So let's continue with the next assignment. And here we have Teil 2. Okay, that's the second part. So, Sie möchten im August Dresden besuchen. So you would like to visit Dresden in August. Schreiben Sie an die Touristeninformation. So write to the tourist information. Warum schreiben Sie? Why are you writing? Bitten Sie Informationen über Filme, Museen und so weiter. It means and so on. Kulturprogramm. Okay, so bitten Sie, so ask for information about movies and museums and so on. Fragen Sie, ask Hoteladressen, so ask about hotel addresses. Und hier schreiben Sie zu jedem Punkt 1 bis 2 Sätze auf den Antwortbogen, circa 30 Wörter. So write to each of those points here 1 to 2 sentences, but you have to write it on the answer sheet that we just have seen here, okay? I will show you yeah, it will be the answer sheet, and there will be a sheet which will tell you where to write it, okay? You have to write about 30 words, okay? So about, okay, it can be a little bit less, a little bit more, but don't write like 10 words or 100 words, okay? That will be way too much or way too little. Schreiben Sie auch eine Anrede und einen Gruß. So also write a salutation, and at the end also like der Gruß is the greeting, or like saying goodbye, okay? So saying hello and saying goodbye, this is also part of it. So I wrote like 2 possible short letters, okay, which include all information and which are also all around 30 words. So you can start with hello. It's just informal because it's not like a formal business letter, so you can just start with hello. Today would be most likely an email also, so you can just write hello. You can also say guten Tag if you like, okay? Ich heiße, then you put your name. Ich möchte bei Ihnen einige Informationen anfragen, okay? You can also say, ich möchte bei Ihnen einige Informationen einholen. That would be also possible. There are a lot of different possibilities, okay? That is, here are just 2 of them that I will show you. Of course, there are a lot of different ways, okay? But try to stick to something that you feel sure about, and so where you have the least possible errors, okay? You can also just write, ich brauche einige Informationen, like I need some information, okay? Ich will im August nach Dresden reisen. Here you have the translation of this text. So, hi, my name is, I would like to request some information from you. I want to travel to Dresden in August. Gibt es ein Kulturprogramm in Dresden? So, is there a cultural program in Dresden? Könnten Sie mir auch einige Hoteladressen geben? Could you also give me some hotel addresses? Ich warte auf Ihre Antwort. I am waiting for your reply. Viele Grüße, many greetings. Okay, so here you have the end of the letter. Many greetings is viele Grüße. Okay, that's also informal but very nice still. Then another letter. Hallo, mein Name ist. My name is. Ich fahre im August nach Dresden und brauche einige Informationen. I'm going to Dresden in August and need some information. Gibt es Museen und Kinos in Dresden? Are there museums and cinemas in Dresden? Könnten Sie mir bitte Hoteladressen schicken? Can you please send me hotel addresses? Danke und viele Grüße, thanks and best regards, so many greetings, best wishes. This is what it basically means with the viele Grüße. And then you can write your name again. Okay, that's a short letter. Make sure when you write it that you go back to the assignment here and check that you have
mentioned everything that is needed. So, warum schreiben Sie? So, why are you writing? Ich möchte bei Ihnen einige Informationen anfragen. Ich will im August nach Dresden reisen. Okay, so here you have explained why you're writing. And bitten Sie, so information about the cultural program or movies, museums. So here gibt es ein Kulturprogramm in Dresden. Okay. You have mentioned it, you have to write 1 or 2 sentences to each point. Then the next one, fragen Sie Hoteladressen. Okay, könnten Sie mir auch einige Hoteladressen geben? This is here you're mentioning what they want here. And then ich warte auf Ihre Antwort. You can add this just to make the letter a little bit longer so it's not too short. You have the salutation. You also here right at the end, viele Grüße, like to end the letter. So you also have added what is asked here. Schreiben Sie eine Anrede und einen Gruß. So you are good with this short letter. Okay, it's like about 30 words, just as this one. Okay, of course there are, as I said, many different possibilities, but don't try to be too creative. Okay, make sure that you have the spelling right and the word order and so on. So Lösungen here, the answers. So I just wanted to show you this, how it will be graded. So here Erfüllung der Aufgabenstellung pro Inhaltspunkt. So here they give you the points, and depending on how well you have done, you receive like 3 points. Then it means you got everything. Like here for this letter, 10 points. Okay, and so you see here Aufgabe voll erfüllt und verständlich. So you have completed the entire assignment and everything is understandable. Verständlich means understandable. 1,5 points. Aufgabe wegen sprachlicher oder inhaltlicher Mängel nur teilweise erfüllt. So here it's just partly good, okay, because of errors in the content or like the speaking barrier. It's not completely well, okay. 0 points, Aufgabe nicht erfüllt oder unverständlich. So the assignment is not completed or it's not understandable. And then for the last one, you can get 1 point, kommunikative Gestaltung des Textes, okay, communicative, so how you made the communication in the text, okay, der Textsorte angemessen, so it is also about whether it's too informal, for example, or whether it's written very, in not an improper way, for example, okay. So 0,5 points, untypische oder fehlende Wendungen. So if you write something which is untypical, like fixed expressions which are used in the wrong way, okay, or not correctly, for example, like here keine Anrede, if you just start the text without saying like dear or hello, without any greetings. 0 points, keine Text sortenspezifische Wendungen. So it basically means if there's nothing, if you don't write things that actually have to do anything with the assignment, or if you write something that just doesn't belong there. Okay, so here are 4 different examples, so you can see how well the text needs to be written. Okay, so here this is very similar to what you just have seen. This letter here has 10 points. Okay, so this is like the full points, all the points that you can get. These ones here, I would not focus too much on them because there are quite some errors in those texts. Okay, so you don't learn it in the wrong way. Like here, sehr geehrte, sehr gerne meine Damen und Herren. So this is very wrong, okay? Like I don't want you to learn it the wrong way. Maybe you don't look too much at those letters because there are quite some errors here. Okay, so you can stick to this one. Don't look too much at those. And okay, good. So that was it already about the writing part. I hope it worked well. There will be 2 more of such assignments here in the course, so you can practice a little bit further. So, dann sehen wir uns im nächsten Video. Mach's gut!
Hello and welcome to this video. Now we are going to practice the speaking part of the exam. The speaking part consists of 3 parts. We will go through all of them, of course, and also several times with many different examples. And I will explain to you right now what to expect and how to prepare. And of course, we will do the assignments and practice that in this video. So let's start. So here on the first page, you see something that is written in the PDF booklet of the Goethe Institute for the A1 exam. Okay, so just that you know what to expect during the exam. So here we have the German text from the Goethe booklet, and here I have the translation. I will just read it to you, so that you are prepared well. Okay, so here indications for the oral examination. The oral exam is a group exam with a maximum of 4 participants. It consists of 3 parts. Okay, we will, of course, in this course we will go through all 3 parts, also several times, 3 times, and just with different examples, so that you are prepared well. Part 1, which we are going to do now in this video, we are going to do just once, because it's always the same. You have to introduce yourself. Okay, so I don't think that we can make 3 videos about introducing ourselves, because it's basically always the same. With part 2 and 3 we'll do several times, because there are different possibilities of questions, answers, and so on. Okay, but part 1 is always the same. So for this you can prepare very well, because this is something that will come up 100%. So the exam is conducted by 2 examiners. The moderator makes all the announcements and, if necessary, asks questions if a statement was unclear or incomplete. The so-called assessor evaluates the candidate's performance and coordinates this with the moderator at the end. Okay, so it could happen, if it's not understandable, that they will just stop you and ask. Okay, so part 1, introduce yourself. The objective here of is the ability to provide important personal information in the simplest form is tested. Okay, so very basic, just my name is this and that, and you don't have to make anything complicated. Super simple. Okay, it's just the A1 level. So a sheet with exam form, a sheet with keywords is posted or laid out for everyone to see. Okay, so you will see a couple of things which will help you. Some words, for example. Announcements: the task takers introduce themselves one after the other. Okay, and usually there are 4 people, and you will speak in a group here. Okay, while writing and reading, for example, listening you do on your own, speaking you will do in a group. So here, this part here is translated here. So introductory talk. Before the start of the exam, the moderator explains the procedure as follows. Hello, welcome to the Staatsdeutsch 1 exam. My name is, this is my colleague, and then the assessor says, Guten Tag. This exam has 3 parts. We start with part 1. So we want to get to know each other. Tell us, who are you? Here are a few words as help. First, let me introduce myself. So first, the examiner, the people who will test you, they will introduce themselves, or at least one of them, so that you already know what it's going to look like, how you have to introduce yourself, but you will also learn it here. So my name is, I'm from, I live in, I speak German, the language is, my hobby is, or my hobbies are. And then they will ask you, and you, who are you, please? Okay, of course, everything in German. And then you can start to introduce yourself, or maybe somebody else will be picked, but you will have to do it anyways. So here, this is the sheet that you will see in front of you when the speaking part starts. Okay, for the speaking part you have 15 minutes. Okay, so it's not too long. And as you see here, dieser Test hat 3 Teile, so this text has 3 parts. Sprechen Sie bitte in der Gruppe. Please speak in the group. This English part you will not see on the sheet. I just put it there as a translation, but this part you will see. So, sich vorstellen, introduce yourself, Teil 1, Part 1. So they will ask for the name, der Name, das Alter, the age, das Land, the country, der Wohnort, like the place where you live now. Sprache means languages, so you will have to say which languages you speak. Der Beruf is the profession, und Hobby is the hobby. Okay, so I would say that you do this right now on your own. Okay, so please make an introduction like my Name is okay, and how old you are and so on. You can pause the video right now and do this. And in the meantime, I will move to the next page. Okay, so you can pause it when you're ready. You can play the video again, and then I will explain some more things and give you an example of how to do this introduction. Okay, so you can start right now if you like. Pause it. So here you will see the following. It's also written in the Goethe exam, the Goethe PDF for the exam preparation. So here's the translation. At the end of each introduction, the moderator asks to spell something. For example, first and last name, place of residence. He also asks for a number, for example, telephone, cell phone, house or car number. Okay, after this video, I will add a video from my A1 course about the letters. So you just, in case you should have difficulties, that you just repeat the German alphabet so you know how the letters sound in German, like A, B, C, D, E, and so on. Okay, because you will have to spell something or give a number. So just as a repetition, if you need to repeat the letters. Okay. Because I know this one sometimes, like Spanish, I learned it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and then after 4 or 5 years I had to spell like something, and I was not able to do it in Spanish because I would learn anything but forgot about the basics. So sometimes it's good to repeat that. Okay, so I just add this video. If you like, you can look at that and repeat the alphabet. So here, what is your first name, surname? Okay, so here in German, wie ist Ihr Vorname, Familienname? Der Vorname is the first name, Familienname, the surname or last name. We also say der Nachname very often, Nachname. Können Sie das bitte buchstabieren? Can you please spell that? Sie wohnen in der XYZ-Straße. Können Sie das bitte buchstabieren? So you live in this and that street. Can you please spell it to spell your street? Woher kommen Sie? Where do you come from? Können Sie das bitte buchstabieren? Can you please spell that? Haben Sie ein Telefon? There's an ein missing here. Haben Sie ein Telefon? Do you have a phone? Wie ist bitte Ihre Telefonnummer? So what is your number? Haben Sie ein Handy? Do you have a cell phone? Wie ist bitte Ihre Nummer? So what is your number? Wie ist Ihre Postleitzahl? Hausnummer. Die Postleitzahl is the zip code. Die Hausnummer is the house number. Wie ist die Telefonnummer von XYZ? So let's say, wie ist die Telefonnummer von Ihrem Mann, from your husband or wife or son or whoever. Okay, so mother, father, or so on. It's possible that they will ask that too, and then you have to say that number. Danke, das war Teil 1. Nun kommt Teil 2. Okay, so thanks, that was part 1, and then you move to the second part. Okay, of course, we will practice that here too. But now in this video, we're just going to do part 1. So here, an example of how to introduce yourself. So Name, hallo, mein Name ist Maria Gonzalez, just an example. Alter, the age, ich bin 35 Jahre alt. The next one, Land, the country, ich komme aus Mexico, I come from Mexico. Wohnort, the place of residence. Ich wohne in Mexiko-Stadt. Sprachen, ich spreche Spanisch, Englisch und ein bisschen Deutsch. Okay, I speak Spanish, English and some German. Beruf is the profession. Ich bin Ingenieurin. If it was a man, you would say ich bin Ingenieur. Ingenieurin is the female version. Okay, please don't forget we have to always distinguish between the male and the female version in German. Okay, ich bin Ingenieurin, that means it's a woman. Hobby, meine Hobbys sind Tennis spielen und lesen. So my hobbies are playing tennis and reading. So this is it, okay? This is the basic introduction. You have to mention those words here, but you will see them in front of you, okay? This will be your help, so you have a guideline, and then you just mention each word here, okay, by order. First the name, age, country, and so on. And this is it. You just have to say those basic sentences here. So let's have a look at this part. So we have looked at this already. I will just tell you, we will just practice the spelling thing, okay? So hier, wie ist Ihr Vorname oder Familienname? So we would have to spell it now. Können Sie das bitte buchstabieren? If you like, you can pause the video right now and try to spell that, okay? And also to say the number. So you don't have to say 52, 55 or so. You can just say 5255, okay? If you like, you can pause it and try to spell it. But I will now go ahead and do this, okay? So then you can compare whether you had it right or not. You can listen. So M-A-R-I-A, you can say M groß, okay, like because it's a capital letter, M groß, A-R-I-A, G groß, O-N-Z-A-L-E-S. Then you have to spell your street. Let's say here Rio Magdalena. So R-I-O-M, also R groß, okay, R groß, I-O-M groß, A-G-D-A-L-E-N-A. Dann, woher kommen Sie? Können Sie das bitte buchstabieren? Where do you come from? Here, okay, it could be just Mexico, Mexico City. Anyways, I'll just say both here. M groß, E-X-I-K-O, Bindestrich, das ist Bindestrich. S groß, T-A-D-T. Wie ist bitte Ihre Telefonnummer? So you can, let's say, if you don't have a German number, or it depends on where you are, but let's say you are in Mexico and you give your Mexican number, for example, then you don't have to say the country code, then you just start with 0, I guess. I've just added the country code just in case, okay? So, +52 55 61 78 4622. Und haben Sie ein Handy? Do you have a cell phone? Wie ist bitte Ihre Nummer? So what is your number? Again, +52 555 68 15 399. Wie ist Ihre Postleitzahl oder Hausnummer? So let's say Postleitzahl, the zip code 10200. And house number, the house number, you can say here 45 in this case, okay? 45. Because for house number, if you say 4545, that would be strange. We do not say it this way. You can say, you should say 45, 45 for the house number. Germans would, in this case here, also say 10-200 could be, but it's okay to say 10200. Dann, wie ist die Telefonnummer von Ihrem Vater? Let's say, what's your father's number? And then I would just say it again here. +52 50 59 81 5396. Okay, and then danke, das war Teil 1, nun kommt Teil 2. So that's it. That was the first part. Okay, so please practice that. Also say it out loud so you practice the pronunciation. And of course, if you like the next video, if you want to repeat the alphabet, you can do that to prepare even better. And ja, dann sehen wir uns im nächsten Video. See you in the next video. Tschüss!
Hallo und willkommen zum ersten Kapitel dieses Kurses. Welcome to the very first chapter of this course. And since we are at the beginner's level, we are really going to start from zero. So we are going to look at the German alphabet today. So as you see here, it's called das Alphabet. Okay, this is the neutral article, which is the English the. The difference in German is just that we have three different articles, thus three different genders for nouns, okay, and das is the neutral one. So it's good to get used to that right from the beginning and also learn the articles that belong to each noun. Because later on you will see how important that is in the German grammar to know the gender of each noun. Okay, so das Alphabet. So here on the first slide you see a few words. I will explain, or maybe even you can try to repeat the words that I will read right now. That would be a great exercise for you to practice the pronunciation. Okay, so Großbuchstabe, as you see, is a capital letter. Kleinbuchstabe, lowercase. IPA, this is the International Phonetic Alphabet. So here you see how the letters are pronounced. Deutsch means German. Okay, don't confuse it with Dutch. This is not Dutch, it's Deutsch. Okay, and English is English. So you see it's written almost the same, just the pronunciation is a little bit different. Okay, it's English. So let's have a look at the letters. The first one is okay, so here we have an example for a word with A. It's die Antwort, which means the answer. Die Antwort. So this is not die like in English, okay? This is the female article in the German language. Die Antwort. Okay. B. Would be great if you also repeat. B. Der Bär. You see here the bear. Der Bär. Der. This is the masculine article in the German language. Der Bär. C. Here, der Clown. Just like in English, the clown. Der Clown. D. Das Dach. Okay, the roof, das Dach. So das Dach, the roof is neutral in German, and maybe it, or probably it's a little bit confusing right now for you, because then maybe you ask yourself, why is the answer feminine and the bear is masculine and the roof is neutral? Later on you will see a few rules on how to recognize whether a word is neutral, feminine or masculine. However, there are a lot of words which you just would have to learn by heart and their gender, okay, like das Dach, you just would have to learn it by heart, unfortunately, okay, so there are not always rules to every word. E, das Essen, the food. F, das Ferkel, okay, das Ferkel. G, das Glück, okay, das Glück. H, der Hunger. As you see in English, the hunger. There are a lot of words that are very similar, like many German words that are very similar, or even the same as in the English language. Just the pronunciation is different. Like here, as you see with the Hunger in German, Hunger and hunger. I, der Igel, der Igel. J, okay, this is called J, der Juni. K, die Kugel. L, die Liebe, die Liebe. M, das Meer, das Meer. N, die Nase. O, der Opa, which is grandpa. We also have another word for grandpa, which is Großvater, but this is rather like grandfather. It's a little bit more formal and more old-fashioned. Today we rather say Opa and Oma for grandma. Okay, dann die nächste Seite, the next page. So here, let's see. P, okay, P, die Perle. Q, Die Qualität, die Qualität. Der Rotwein. Okay, you will see in one of the next chapters, I will teach you some pronunciation rules. Why an R here is pronounced as R, which comes from the throat, and maybe in with words like Ufer, here it's just pronounced like an A. Okay, you will learn it all in this course. So for now, maybe we just focus on getting used on the pronunciation of the words. Okay, so S die Sonne, S die Sonne, T der Tee. Okay, it's pronounced basically the same as the letter T, T. Okay, U das Ufer, V der Vogel, W. Okay, we pronounce it as V, die Wand, die Wand. Okay, so we don't have something like in English like woo, like wall. We don't have this. We say Wand, okay, Wand. X, das Xylophon, das Xylophon. Y, okay, we call it Y, die Yacht, die Yacht. Z, now the German Z is very strong, okay, it's very important, okay, Z, der Zahn, der Zahn. And now we have some special letters here, which is E, Ö, Ü, okay, that takes some effort to practice that. Well, not for everybody, but this is usually something that gives the German students some trouble, okay? But it's everything, it's possible you can learn it, but you just have to practice a little bit, okay? So we either call it E or we call it A umlaut. You can also call it A umlaut or E. It's like a mix between the German E and A. Okay? Die Äpfel, die Äpfel. Ö, das Öl, das Öl. So Ö, or you can also say O umlaut or Ö. When you have to, if you write it, for example, like just the name of the letter, okay, Ö, or you can call it O umlaut. Ü, so you can also call it U umlaut. Ü, die Übung, die Übung. Okay, so Äpfel, Öl, Übung. Okay, so Ü goes a little bit more down, it goes Übung, and Ö goes more up, so it's Öl. Okay, so it takes some practice. Okay, so, and then the last one here is SZ, which looks like a B. We call it SZ, it's actually just an S. Okay, like here, der Fuß. The only function that it has, this SZ, and we don't use it too often, the function here is just to stretch the vowel right before this SZ. So if you have an SZ here, you pronounce the U, the vowel, right before that. A vowel, the letters A, E, I, O, and U, they are called vowels. The rest of the letters are called consonants. Okay, so the vowel here right before the SZ is stretched, so it's Fuß. Okay, it's not Fuss, it's Fuß. Okay, a little bit longer. That's the function of this SZ. Okay, good. So that was the very first chapter. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is still quite easy, I think. Just focus on the pronunciation a little bit. Maybe you repeat the words, and yeah, and then we continue in the next chapter. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Video. Tschüss.
Hallo und willkommen zu Teil 2. Now we are going to practice part 2 of the speaking part of the exam, and I will explain to you how exactly this will work during the exam. So let's start. So here I will show you or explain to you how this will go about in the exam. Okay, so we have here, as you see, Teil 2, Part 2, Informationen bitten und Informationen geben. So to ask for information and to give information. Zu zwei Themen, it's two different subjects. So there will be 12 cards altogether. I will show you. Here are 6 and here are 6. Okay. So here you always have to read exactly what is written here. Thema, and this is subject, Essen und Trinken. So whatever you ask here needs to be connected to eating and drinking. So like Sonntag, Sunday, you cannot ask, what are you doing on Sunday? That would be too general. It needs to be connected to eating and drinking. But after you have, hopefully, in this video, tried to formulate own questions and answers, I will show you some examples, okay? On this page here, we have the subject Einkaufen. It's about shopping or buying, okay? And whatever you ask, it needs to be connected to that. And on the table will be 12 cards. So here are 6 and here are 6. They will be turned around, okay? You will not be able to see what's written on the cards. You choose 2 and your other 3 partners will choose each 2 cards also, okay? And then you will ask each other. So you will ask, let's say, person A, let's say you have chosen card, this card with Frühstück on it. You ask partner A something about breakfast. He will answer you. Then partner A picks his card, let's say Lieblingsessen. He will ask something about Lieblingsessen to person B. Person B will answer. Then person B chooses their card and asks something about it, person D, and so it goes on, okay? And it will be a circle. There will be 2 rounds. Because everybody will choose 2 cards. So here, this is what you will see on the PDF file from the Goethe Institute. I will add it also in the here in the video, okay? The entire PDF file with all assignments of the exam, but here I just wrote you some translations, okay? So here, Prüfungsziel, exam objective, the ability to ask for simple information on familiar everyday topics, for example, food and drink, family, shopping, etc., and to answer such questions from the other test participants is tested. Okay, so actually both people will be tested, the one who asks and the one who will answer. So you need to be as well prepared for answering, not just asking, okay? Then the next part here, Prüfungsform, this text, exam form, the test participants first draw one of the face down action cards for topic 1. The first person asks a question to a test participant who answers and then asks the next participant his question. This goes on in turns until everyone has had a turn with a question and an answer. After that, theme 2 follows in the same way. Okay, so the first one here, Thema Einkaufen, the next one may be work, for example. Then this gray part here translated. In part 2, you should ask or answer questions on a topic. Our first topic is shopping. So this is what, okay, I will just keep on reading. We will do an example. I take a card and ask. So there will be 2 examiners, like one examiner and one assessor, as we call them in the test. And those 2 people will make an example, so to show you how that works, okay? So this is basically what they will say. So I take a card and ask. This is one, the examiner says that the examiner has the card city map. Okay, so let's say the examiner has the card city map. So he will ask, where can I get a city map? Of course, in German, okay? The assessor, so the other examiner, will answer at the information desk in the train station. This is just an example. Of course, it could be another question, also another answer. And then they will ask, like the examiner will ask, would you like to start? They will just ask one of the participants. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a turn. Please take a card. Ask your partner. Please keep the topic in mind, okay? Don't forget the topic, very important, okay? Please keep it in mind. Shopping, thanks. Our second topic is weekend. Please ask again for information. Thanks, that was part 2. Now we come to the third part, okay? It all does not take too long. The entire speaking part is just 15 minutes, okay? So it's not too long. So here again, I've just translated here what I've just said, so you can, if you download it, you can just read through it again. And if you don't understand, okay, if they use a word which you don't understand, you can ask the examiner. You can ask here in German, Entschuldigung, ich kenne dieses Wort nicht. Was bedeutet das? Like, sorry, I don't know that word. What does that mean? Or you can say, ich weiß nicht, was bedeutet. Okay, I don't know what that and this and that means. Und hier, wenn du die Frage nicht verstehst, kannst du deinen Partner fragen. If you don't understand the question, you can ask your partner. Ich verstehe die Frage nicht. Kannst du das wiederholen? I don't understand the question. Can you repeat that? Okay, you can ask if you don't understand what they said. So, what I would suggest now, you look at all those 12 cards here and write one question connected to each of those words here and the matching or the fitting answer, okay, just to practice. And then of course you should read it aloud, so you practice it as if it was in a real exam, okay. And you can pause the video right now and do that, and I will go to the next page, and then after that I will show you some examples, what you could ask or what you could answer. So if you like, you can start right now. You can pause it here. And I go to the next page, and here I will show you some examples. Okay, so here the subject is the Essen und Trinken. Das Frühstück is the breakfast. So a possible question. Was isst du zum Frühstück? What do you eat for breakfast? Ich esse Müsli und Obst zum Frühstück. I eat cereals and fruits for breakfast. Das Müsli are the cereals und das Obst are the fruits. You could also say Früchte. Okay, it also means fruits. Both mean fruits. Ich trinke Kaffee und esse ein Brötchen zum Frühstück. I drink coffee and eat a bun for breakfast. So, das Brötchen is the bun. And isst du Frühstück? A general question. Do you eat breakfast? Nein, ich esse nie Frühstück. No, I never eat breakfast. Or, ja, ich esse jeden Tag Frühstück. Yes, I eat breakfast every day. Or you can say, ja, ich frühstücke täglich. Yes, I eat breakfast daily. Frühstücken is a verb and it means to eat breakfast. So you can say, ich esse Frühstück, or you can say, ich frühstücke. Both is possible. Wann isst du Frühstück? When do you eat breakfast? Ich esse 7 Uhr morgens Frühstück. I eat breakfast at 7 in the morning. Of course, you can put any hour here. That are just examples here. Then the next one, Lieblingsessen is the favorite food. Whenever you add Lieblings in front of something, it means favorite. So here, Lieblingsessen is favorite food. Hast du ein Lieblingsessen? Do you have a favorite meal? Ja, habe ich. Yes, I have. Nein, ich habe kein Lieblingsessen. No, I don't have a favorite food. Was ist dein Lieblingsessen? What is your favorite food? Mein Lieblingsessen sind Knödel. Knödel is a German dish that looks like dumplings, kind of, made of potatoes or bread. Then we have different ones with the sauce. And yeah, that are Knödel. Mein Lieblingsessen sind Knödel in the plural. This is the plural form usually. Das Knödel would be also in the singular, the same as in the plural, okay, but we usually eat several, not just one, so sind Knödel, okay, in the plural. Just in the singular, mein Lieblingsessen ist Lasagne, die Lasagne, it's in the singular, that's why it's just one, and several sind. Aus welchem Land kommt dein Lieblingsessen? Sorry, I forgot Land here. Aus welchem Land kommt dein Lieblingsessen? From which country is your favorite food? Mein Lieblingsessen kommt aus Korea. My favorite food is from Korea or whatever country it is. Okay. Dann auf der nächsten Seite Sonntag. Was isst du am Sonntag? What do you eat on Sunday? It has to be connected to eating and drinking. Okay, so let's just ask, what do you eat on Sunday? Ich esse Schnitzel am Sonntag. I eat Schnitzel on Sunday. Das Schnitzel. In the singular and die Schnitzel in the plural. Singular, plural is the same. Am Sonntag esse ich, was ich immer esse. On Sunday I eat what I always eat. Like if you don't eat anything specific or different on Sunday, you can just say this. Das Bier. Magst du Bier? Do you like beer? Ja, ich mag Bier. Yes, I like beer. Nein, ich mag kein Bier. No, I don't like beer. Trinkst du Bier? Do you drink beer? Ja, ich trinke Bier. Or nein, ich trinke kein Bier. If you like, you can always repeat what I say. You can pause the video and repeat it just to practice. Okay? Nein, ich trinke kein Bier. Welches Bier magst du am meisten? Which beer do you like the most? Am meisten is the most. Ich mag deutsches Bier am meisten. German beer is very good, by the way, if you don't know already. So here we have das Fleisch is the meat. Isst du Fleisch? Do you eat meat? Ja, ich esse Fleisch. Or nein, ich esse kein Fleisch. Isst du oft Fleisch? Do you often eat meat? Ja, ich esse jeden Tag Fleisch. Yes, I eat meat every day. Or ich esse einmal die Woche Fleisch. I eat meat once a week. Einmal die Woche, once a week. You can also say, ich esse einmal in der Woche Fleisch oder ich esse einmal pro Woche Fleisch. That's also possible. Or typically we just say, ich esse einmal die Woche Fleisch. Ich esse selten Fleisch und ich esse nie Fleisch. Welches Fleisch magst du am meisten? Which meat do you like the most? Ich mag Hähnchen, Rind, Lamm, Schweinefleisch am meisten. So Hähnchen ist Chicken, Rind ist Beef, Lamm ist Lamb, Schweinefleisch ist Pork. Das nächste ist Brot. Das Brot. Isst du Brot? Do you eat bread? Ja, ich esse Brot. Nein, ich esse kein Brot. Magst du Brot? Do you like bread? Ja, ich mag Brot. Nein, ich mag kein Brot. Wie oft isst du Brot? How often do you eat bread? Ich esse täglich Brot. Nein, ich esse nicht oft Brot. Oder without the nein also, ich esse nicht oft Brot. I don't eat bread often. Welches Brot magst du am meisten? Which bread do you like the most? Ich mag Vollkornbrot am meisten. I like whole grain bread the most. In Germany, we have 600 different types of bread. Germans eat and love bread a lot, and buns and bread and so on. If you go to a German bakery, you will find all kinds of breads, freshly baked, and buns and cakes and cream cakes and all kinds of things. It's very, very delicious. So here I like white bread the most. Ich mag Weißbrot am meisten. Das Weißbrot ist the white bread. Das Vollkornbrot ist the whole grain bread. Dann das nächste ist das Thema Einkaufen. Now it's about shopping, okay? Please read exactly what's written there. Hier Essen und Trinken. Now it's Einkaufen, shopping. So we have to ask something regarding shopping. Let's say when we're in a store. Die Zeitung ist the newspaper. Entschuldigung, wo finde ich die Zeitung? Excuse me, where can I find the newspaper? Die Zeitungen sind an der Kasse. That's very often in Germany. The newspapers are at the cash register. Okay, die Zeitungen sind an der Kasse. Or you could answer geradeaus und links. Dort finden Sie die Zeitungen. So straight ahead and left, there you will find the newspapers. Entschuldigung, haben Sie hier auch Zeitungen? Okay, just another way to ask that. Excuse me, do you have newspapers here too? Ja, hier vorne sind sie. Yes, they are over here. Hier vorne means like you would show like in front of you something, or like going ahead, not in the back, left, right. Say just hier vorne is over there or over here. Nein, hier verkaufen wir keine Zeitungen. No, we don't sell newspapers here. So for example, if there was already a similar question like in the exam and everybody is answering yeah, here, yes, 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 you can, or just explaining similar things, you can say something like that here. Nein, wir verkaufen keine Zeitungen. Okay, so just that you give another answer and not just repeat what others are saying. So here wir verkaufen keine Zeitung. If, for example, everybody asks, has a different card and says, do you have shoes here? Do you have jackets here? And so on. And everybody says, yes, they are here. If you like, just to make a change, you can say, no, we don't sell any newspapers here. Okay, we don't have it here. Die Kasse ist the cash register. Entschuldigung, wo finde ich die Kasse? Excuse me, where is the cash register? Or where can I find it? Where do I find it? Entschuldigen Sie, wo ist die Kasse? Just another way to ask it. It's basically the same. Excuse me, where is the cash register? Okay, and the answers would fit both questions. Da müssen Sie um die Ecke links. You have to turn left on the corner. Gehen Sie geradeaus und dann nach rechts. Go straight and then turn right. Then you can give some directions how to get there, or you just simply say, die Kasse ist hier vorne, or die Kasse ist dort vorne. Okay, you can just do it this way. Dann das Obst, the fruits. Entschuldigung, verkaufen Sie auch Obst hier? Excuse me, do you also sell fruits here? Ja, dort drüben. Yes, over there. Or nein, leider haben wir kein Obst hier. So unfortunately, we don't have any fruits here. Entschuldigung, wo finde ich das Obst? Excuse me, where can I find the fruits? Gehen Sie geradeaus und dann links. Go straight and then left. Entschuldigung, kann ich hier auch Obst kaufen? So basically all one asking about the same, just in different ways. So, excuse me, can I also buy fruits here? Ja, es gibt auch Obst hier. Yes, there are also fruits here. Nein, wir haben kein Obst. No, we don't have any fruits. Then Schuhe, die Schuhe, the shoes. Der Schuh in the singular is just one shoe. Entschuldigung, verkaufen Sie hier auch Schuhe? Sorry, do you sell shoes here too? Or excuse me, do you sell shoes here too? Ja, Sie finden sie in der Schuhabteilung dort drüben. Yes, you find them in the shoe department over there. Die Schuhabteilung is the shoe department. Die Abteilung is the department. Also, if it's in an office, sales department, and so on. For example, Abteilung, okay, means department. Dort drüben is over there. Und Sie finden Sie here. It's one time it's capitalized, one time it's written in small letters. So Sie here, they are talking to you directly in the formal way. And here Sie, they are talking about the shoes. Die Schuhe, we would say them, and this is Sie in German. Sie finden Sie in der Schuhabteilung dort drüben. Nein, wir verkaufen keine Schuhe. No, we don't sell shoes. Entschuldigen Sie, wo finde ich Schuhe hier? Excuse me, where can I find shoes here? Gehen Sie den Gang geradeaus und dann nach rechts. Go straight down the corridor and then turn right. Der Gang, the corridor, or also the aisle. Der Gang. Leider verkaufen wir hier keine Schuhe. Unfortunately, we do not sell shoes here. And then the next one, das Buch, the book. Entschuldigung, wie viel kostet dieses Buch? Excuse me, how much is this book? Dieses Buch kostet 19,95 €. Okay, 19 first the euros, then we say Euro, and then comes the cent. If you want to make it easier, you just can say dieses Buch kostet 10 €, for example. Okay, you don't have to make it more complicated than necessary if you don't like. And as you see, it's about shopping, so you cannot ask what is your favorite book or what was the last book you have read. Okay, it needs to be something connected to buying. Entschuldigung, verkaufen Sie auch Bücher hier? Excuse me, do you also sell books here? Ja, wir verkaufen auch Bücher. Yes, we also sell books. Nein, leider verkaufen wir keine Bücher. No, unfortunately, we do not sell books. Entschuldigen Sie, wo finde ich die Buchabteilung? Hier? Excuse me, where can I find the book section here? The book department, the book section. Die Buchabteilung ist im 2. Stock. The book department is on the 2nd floor. Der Stock is the floor, or the stick. It has 2 meanings. So in Germany, we usually start counting with the ground level. Let's say where you enter is floor 0. And then comes the first floor, then the second, because it depends on the country. In some countries, they would start with the entrances, the lowest level. They would say it's the first floor, and then comes the second. And in Germany, it's das Erdgeschoss. It's like where you enter. It's like 0, okay, Erdgeschoss, and then comes the second, the first floor, and then the second, and so on. Der Stadtplan is the city map. Entschuldigung, ich suche einen Stadtplan. Excuse me, I'm looking for a city map. Stadtpläne haben wir im 3. Stock. So we have city maps on the 3rd floor. Verzeihung, verkaufen Sie hier auch Stadtpläne? Excuse me, do you also sell city maps here? Ja, die Stadtpläne finden Sie an der Kasse. Yes, you can find the city maps at the cash register. Nein, leider verkaufen wir keine Stadtpläne hier. No, unfortunately we do not sell city maps here. Entschuldigung, wie viel kostet dieser Stadtplan? Sorry, how much is the city map? Dieser Stadtplan kostet 10 Euro. So that's it already with this video. So I hope you learned a few new things. Please practice, write some own questions and answers. You can also study the sentences that you have seen here, like the ones that I wrote, and practice. Of course, also speak it. Okay, say it also loud, so that you practice the pronunciation also. Also, dann viel Erfolg und wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Tschüss! Hello! In this video, we are going to practice part 3 of the speaking part. It consists of 3 parts, and this is the last one. So I will explain to you right now how it will work and what you have to do in part 3. So let's start. So here you see this page here is, you will find it also in the Goethe booklet for the A1 preparation, for the A1 exam preparation, and I have translated it. Okay, so this part here in German, here English, German, English. So in part 3 you have to formulate requests and react on them. Okay, so here the test target, Prüfungsziel, the ability to formulate a demand with reference to an object from everyday life in the form of a request or question or an answer appropriate to the conversation situation is tested. See adjacent example. I will read it to you now. But so this is what you have to do. Okay, while in part 2 there was a certain subject you had to stick to, like food and shopping and so on. Here you just get a card and you have to think up something. Okay, like here you see there is nothing written like subject or Thema. So here you can ask anything. Do you want to drink? Can you give me a glass of water? And so on. Are you thirsty? Okay. So exam form, the test participants draw 2 of the face down action cards. This part is carried out in the same way as part 2. Okay, as in part 2, you remember we had 12 cards. face down, and everybody had to choose 2 cards. It will be exactly the same here, and also the same asking questions and answer. And then the person who just answered will ask a question to another person, they answer, then they ask the other person. It's exactly the same as in part 2. So here, the following applies to part 2 and 3. If participants formulate incomprehensibly and do not react adequately to the request for a repetition, the moderator intervenes and continues the conversation. Okay. So this is what happens if somebody says something which is not understandable, which you will not do, of course. So and then here, this part, okay, the gray column here, in part 3, you will talk to your partner again. You have a request. Here is an example. So they have this card, and then they would say, a glass of water, please. Ein Glas Wasser, bitte. And then the person who answers could say, ja, natürlich, bitte, mit Geste. So yes, of course, please, with a gesture, okay? So they will make an example, the 2 examiners, okay, just to show you how that works. Then for the second round, please, one more time. Continue, please. Okay, and then so it will be the first round, and then the second round they will just say, please, the second round. And thanks, that was the 3rd part. We are done now. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Goodbye. Okay, and then it's the end of part 3. So let's go to the next page, and here you see the cards. Okay, so they will be, of course, separated upside down, and you will have to choose 2. So here are 6, and on the other page are 6 more. Okay, so as you here see, bitten, formulieren und darauf reagieren, so to formulate requests and react on them. Okay, bitte means please, but die Bitte means the request, and die Bitten in the plural. Okay, so what I would suggest now is that you write a request for each card, or several requests also if you like, and then also the answers to them. So you just practice that, okay? And you can do it with the cards on this page and also the next page. You can pause the video right now. When you're done with the writing the request and the answer, you can move to the next page, do the same, and then you continue. Okay, so you can pause the video right now, and I will move on to the examples. Okay, I've written some examples with requests and answers, and then you can have a look at how you can do this. Okay, so you can pause it, try to do it on your own if you like, and I will go ahead. So here we have the first card. Okay, so of course you can be creative here. You can mean different things, or you can ask many things about this picture. I just have some examples here. So the first one is, magst du klassische Musik? Okay, because it looks like classical music. Do you like classical music? Ja, ich mag klassische Musik. Or you can say, nein, ich mag keine klassische Musik. You can also ask, hörst du gerne Musik? Do you like listening to music? Ja, ich höre sehr gerne Musik. Or nein, ich höre nie Musik. Hast du noch CDs? Do you still have CDs? Ja, ich habe noch einige. Or you can say, ich habe noch viele CDs. Yes, I have some or many CDs. Nein, ich habe keine CDs mehr. No, I don't have CDs anymore. Mehr means more, but if you use it with a negation, like here, keine mehr, it means anymore. Okay, I don't have CDs anymore. And the next one here, das Heft, the notebook. Hast du ein Heft? Do you have a notebook? Ja, ich habe ein Heft. Or nein, ich habe kein Heft. Another possibility is das dein Heft? Is this your notebook? Ja, das ist mein Heft. Or you say, nein, das ist nicht mein Heft. It's das Heft in the singular, and die CD, that's a female word. Then the next one here. Kannst du bitte diese Flasche öffnen? Can you please open this bottle? Ja, klar means yes, of course, or yes, sure. Okay. Klar means also clear. If you can see clearly, for example, we could also say klar, but here it means of course. Nein, ich habe keine Kraft. No, I have no strength. Okay, die Kraft is the strength. Hast du einen Flaschenöffner? Do you have a bottle opener? Ja, hier bitte. Yes, here please. Or nein, leider habe ich keinen Flaschenöffner. No, unfortunately, I don't have a bottle opener. So it's der Flaschenöffner in the singular, and in the plural it's die Flaschenöffner. Singular and plural is the same. Here we have der Stift, okay. Kannst du mir bitte deinen Stift geben? Can you please give me your pen? Ja, hier, yes, here, or nein, ich brauche ihn gerade selbst. No, I need it myself right now. It means here, actually, I need him, ich brauche ihn. We say it because the pen is masculine in German, so we have, when we talk about a pen, we have to talk about it as if it was a man. So it would be, I need him, but of course we're talking here about the pen, okay, not about a person, but this is how it works in German grammar. Dann hast du einen Stift? Do you have a pen? Ja, ich habe einen Stift. Or nein, ich habe keinen Stift. The next one here, so as you see, very simple sentences, okay? For the A1 level, it's still simple. Kann ich mich hinsetzen? Can I sit down? Sich hinsetzen means to sit down or to get seated. It's reflexive in German. That's why we have mich here. Kann ich mich hinsetzen? Ja, natürlich. Or nein, hier ist besetzt. So it means no, this place is taken. Besetzt, it's taken. Or also if a line is busy, if somebody's on the phone and you cannot reach them, we would also say da ist besetzt. It's like it's taken, it's busy. Hier, bitte nimm Platz. Here, please have a seat. Okay, then you can make the gesture to the person like they can sit down if they like. And you could answer danke. Kannst du mir bitte einen Stuhl geben? Can you please give me a chair? Ja, einen Moment. Okay, yes, one moment please. Or es gibt leider keine freien Stühle mehr. Unfortunately, there are no free chairs anymore. Then here, die Taschenuhr, and it's der Stuhl, okay? Die Taschenuhr is the pocket watch. Entschuldigung, wie spät ist es? Excuse me, what time is it? Es ist 10 Uhr, for example. Of course, you can say any other time. Or you can say, ich weiß es nicht, I don't know. Hast du eine Taschenuhr? Do you have a pocket watch? Ja, ich habe eine Taschenuhr. Yes, I have a pocket watch. Or nein, ich habe keine Taschenuhr. No, I don't have a pocket watch. Ist das eine Taschenuhr? Ist das deine Taschenuhr? Is that your pocket watch? Ja, das ist meine Taschenuhr. Yes, this is my pocket watch. Or nein, das ist nicht meine Taschenuhr. Okay, it's not my pocket watch. Then the next one here, der Apfel. Möchtest du einen Apfel essen? Would you like to eat an apple? Ja, sehr gerne. Yes, sure. Yes, gladly. Nein, danke. No, thank you. Magst du Äpfel? Do you like apples? Ja, ich mag Äpfel sehr. Yes, I like apples very much or a lot. Nein, ich mag keine Äpfel. No, I don't like apples. So here it's das Besteck. It means the cutlery. Das Messer here, the knife, and die Gabel is the fork. Just to repeat that. Könnten Sie mir bitte Besteck geben? So let's say you are in a restaurant and you're asking for cutlery. Ja, natürlich could be the answer. Yes, of course. Or leider haben wir kein Besteck. Unfortunately, we don't have any cutlery. Brauchst du Besteck? Do you need cutlery? Ja, gerne, yes, gladly, or nein, danke. Okay, very simple answers here. Then another one here. Könntest du mir ein Glas Wasser geben, bitte? Could you give me a glass of water, please? Das Glas is the glass. It's just as in English, it could be a glass and with which you drink something, or the glass if it's glass that can break. Okay, like a glass somewhere in a frame or so. It would be also das Glas. Ja, sofort. Yes, right now. Ich habe leider nichts zu trinken. Unfortunately, I have nothing to drink. So if you're at somebody's place and ask for something to drink and they don't have anything, that could be an answer. Möchtest du etwas trinken? Would you like something to drink? Ja, gerne. Or nein, danke. Okay, very short and simple answers. Then here, darf man hier nicht rauchen? Is smoking not allowed here? Nein, hier ist Rauchen verboten. No smoking is forbidden here. Hier ist Rauchen verboten. Bitte machen Sie die Zigarette aus. So smoking is forbidden here. Please put out the cigarette. Ja, die Zigarette ausmachen, to put it out. Ausmachen also means to turn something off, like das Licht ausmachen, to turn off the light or to switch off the light. Rauchen means to smoke. Okay, dann willst du rauchen? Do you want to smoke? Nein, hier ist Rauchen verboten, so no smoking is forbidden here, or just say nein, danke, no, thank you. Okay. Then the next one, here we have die Aktentasche, that's a briefcase. Ist das deine Aktentasche? Is that your briefcase? Nein, das ist nicht meine Aktentasche. No, this is not my briefcase. Or, ja, das ist meine Aktentasche. Yes, this is my briefcase. Kannst du mir bitte diese Aktentasche geben? Can you please give me this briefcase? Ja, natürlich. Or, sie ist leider zu schwer. Unfortunately, it is too heavy. Sie is, we are talking about the briefcase. It's a feminine word in German, die Aktentasche. So that's why when we talk about the briefcase, we have to talk about it as if it was a woman. So sie ist leider zu schwer. Okay, we're not talking about a person, we're talking about the briefcase here. Hast du eine Aktentasche? Do you have a briefcase? Ja, ich habe eine Aktentasche. Of course, if it's any other object here, like could be a computer or a pen or something, you can also just ask, hast du einen Stift? Do you have a pen? Or do you have a computer, depending on the picture? Okay, so these questions here, they can be also used with other objects, but then you just have to replace the word here. Ja, ich habe eine Aktentasche, or nein, ich habe keine Aktentasche. Then here, hörst du Radio? Do you listen to the radio? Ja, sehr oft. Or nein, ich höre nie Radio. Kannst du bitte die Musik leiser machen? Depending on how you interpret this picture, you can ask different things. So, kannst du bitte die Musik leiser machen? Can you please turn the music down? Leiser machen, to turn it down. Ja, sofort. Yes, immediately or right away. Yes, I do it right now. Nein, ich möchte laute Musik hören. No, I want to listen to loud music. Okay, just another possibility to answer to this request here. So that was it already. And so please practice. Also say it out loud, very important. Okay, so you practice the pronunciation, and if there are any new words, also of course write them down and study them. Okay, it's very likely that they will appear in the exam, so you prepare well by learning the vocabulary that you see here throughout the whole course. And yeah, so enjoy practicing, and I see you in the next chapter. Cheers! Hello and welcome to another part 1 of the listening comprehension test of the official exam. So let's start with this first page. You have seen it already. It's just a repetition for you so you know exactly what that means or what is coming when you see this sheet in the exam. Okay, it's about the listening, 20 minutes, as I've mentioned already. And the first part, you will hear every text twice. Okay, Sie hören jeden Text zweimal. You hear every text twice. Okay, and here we are talking in the formal way. In the exam, in all sheets, they will be talking in the formal way to you. That's why it's Sie here and also capitalized, not only because it's at the beginning of the sentence, but because it's the formal way. Sie hören jeden Text zweimal. Okay, so before they start reading, you can already read through the question and the answers if you have enough time for that. Okay, so please read. And now I will start reading the conversation to you. I will read it twice. There are two people speaking. It's Hannah and the second girl is Steffi. Okay, so I will mention them when they start talking. So, Hannah, wo wollen wir dieses Jahr unsere Party machen? Steffi, ich bin für eine Feier am See. Wir können schwimmen, grillen. Hannah, ich bin nicht dafür. Ich finde eine Party im Garten viel besser. Bei Regen können wir schnell ins Haus und im Haus schön weiter feiern. Steffi, in Ordnung. Da können wir ja auch grillen. Okay, end of the conversation. I will read it again. Hannah, wo wollen wir dieses Jahr unsere Party machen? Steffi, ich bin für eine Feier am See. Wir können schwimmen, grillen. Hannah, ich bin nicht dafür. Ich finde eine Party im Garten viel besser. Bei Regen können wir schnell ins Haus und im Haus schön weiter feiern. Steffi, in Ordnung, da können wir ja auch grillen. Okay, now you can decide whether A, B or C is correct. And I will move to the next page. So here number 2. Okay, you can read through the question and see the answers here, the possible answers. And I will start reading. There are two people speaking. It's Martin and Luisa. Martin, möchtest du heute Abend mit mir in das Konzert von Rosenstolz gehen? Luisa, gern. Aber wann beginnt das Konzert? Ich bin ja bis um 7:30 im Spanischkurs. Martin, dann gibt es kein Problem. Die fangen um 9 Uhr an. Wollen wir uns um 8:30 an der Kasse treffen? Luisa, ja, wunderbar. Dann bis heute Abend. I will read it one more time. Martin, möchtest du heute Abend mit mir in das Konzert von Rosenstolz gehen? Luisa, gern. Aber wann beginnt das Konzert? Ich bin ja bis um 7:30 im Spanischkurs. Martin, dann gibt es kein Problem.
Die fangen um 9 Uhr an. Wollen wir uns um 8:30 an der Kasse treffen? Luisa? Ja, wunderbar. Dann bis heute Abend. So now you can decide which answer is correct. And we move to the next page. Nummer 3, please read what you see. So I will read. There are two people speaking. It's a Dame and Herr. Okay, it's a lady and a Mister. Dame. Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Ich suche ein Taxi. Vielleicht dort vorne rechts? Herr? Nein, da vorne rechts gibt es keine. Gehen Sie hier geradeaus und an der Ecke nach links. Sie müssen dann noch circa 100 Meter gehen. Da stehen schon die Taxis. Dame, vielen Dank. One more time. Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Ich suche ein Taxi. Vielleicht dort vorne rechts? Herr? Nein, da vorne rechts gibt es keine. Gehen Sie hier geradeaus und an der Ecke nach links. Sie müssen dann noch circa 100 Meter gehen. Da stehen schon die Taxis. Dame, vielen Dank. Okay, now you can choose the right answer. Und wir gehen auf die nächste Seite. Please read. So there are two people speaking, Herr and Dame again. Herr, guten Tag, ich möchte einen Sprachkurs besuchen. Wie lange dauern Ihre Kurse? Dame, die Sommerkurse jetzt im Juli und August 2 Wochen. Unsere normalen Kurse dauern aber 3 oder 4 Wochen. Herr, gut, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs. Dame, im Juli oder August? Herr, Anfang Juli. Okay, I'll read one more time. Herr, guten Tag. Ich möchte einen Sprachkurs besuchen. Wie lange dauern Ihre Kurse? Dame, die Sommerkurse jetzt im Juli und August 2 Wochen. Unsere normalen Kurse dauern aber 3 oder 4 Wochen. Herr, gut, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs. Dame, im Juli oder August? Herr, Anfang Juli. So please choose the right answer. Wir gehen auf die nächste Seite. Nummer 5, please read. So there are two people speaking here, Mann and Frau. Mann. Hallo Johanna, wir treffen uns heute Nachmittag im Park. Kommst du auch? Frau? Ja, gerne. Soll ich was mitbringen? Mann? Vielleicht ein Kartenspiel. Frau? Okay, und etwas zu essen? Mann? Nein, das machen wir schon. Ich bringe Salat mit und klarer Saft. Again. Mann. Hallo Johanna, wir treffen uns heute Nachmittag im Park. Kommst du auch? Frau: Ja, gerne. Soll ich was mitbringen? Mann: Vielleicht ein Kartenspiel. Frau: Okay, und etwas zu essen? Mann: Nein, das machen wir schon. Ich bringe Salat mit und klarer Saft. So, choose the right answer. Wir gehen auf die nächste Seite, Nummer 6. So, that are again two people speaking. First is Dame, lady, and then Herr, which means Mr. Okay, so read what you are seeing here. And I'll start reading. Dame: Guten Tag. Ich möchte bitte Frau Horn sprechen. Herr: Frau Horn ist leider nicht im Büro. Sie ist von Mittwoch bis Freitag im Urlaub. Aber am Montag kommt sie aus dem Urlaub zurück. Ab 8 Uhr ist sie im Büro. Dame: Aha, na dann rufe ich nächsten Mittwoch wieder an. Da habe ich Zeit. I'll read one more time. Dame: Guten Tag. Ich möchte bitte Frau Horn sprechen. Herr: Frau Horn ist leider nicht im Büro. Sie ist von Mittwoch bis Freitag im Urlaub. Aber am Montag kommt sie aus dem Urlaub zurück. Ab 8 Uhr ist sie im Büro. Dame: Aha, na dann rufe ich nächsten Mittwoch wieder an. Da habe ich Zeit. So, please choose the right answer. And here you see the link to these exercises. Okay, it's like a PDF file, a booklet with the entire exam. Then you can have a look also if you like to download it. And now we are going to move to the translation of the transcripts, and I will show you the solutions, which answers are correct. Okay, so let's have a look here. So, wo wollen wir dieses Jahr unsere Party machen? Okay, where do we want to have our party this year? Okay, so in English you probably would not say where do we want to do that, or where should we do that? Okay, but in German we very often say wo wollen wir dieses Jahr unsere Party machen. We could also say wo sollen wir dieses Jahr unsere Party machen? Like where shall we do this? So the next one, ich bin für eine Feier am See. I'm for a party at the lake. Okay, ich bin für etwas, I'm for something. Die Feier is the party. You can also say die Party or die Feier. We also say das Fest. Okay, we have several words for the word party. Der See is the lake. So make sure the pronunciation is not that like the English sea, it's See in German, okay, See. Wir können schwimmen und grillen, so we can swim and have a barbecue or grill. Okay, grillen, it's a verb here. Ich bin nicht dafür, so it means I'm not for that. Ich finde eine Party im Garten viel besser. Okay, I think a party in the garden is much better. Viel besser, much better. Bei Regen, so it means when it's raining. Okay, when it's raining, as you see here, bei Regen können wir schnell ins Haus und im Haus schön weiter feiern. So when it's raining, we can go quickly in the house and continue celebrating nicely in the house. So again, in English, you would not necessarily say it this way, okay? But in German, this is possible. We say very often this. We can schön feiern. We can celebrate nicely or beautifully. Okay, schön also means beautiful. It doesn't make too much sense to say
to celebrate beautifully is just nicely in this case. Okay. Schnell means quickly or fast. Und weiter feiern, weiter means further by itself, but if it comes with the verb like here, weiter feiern, it means to continue doing something, like to continue celebrating here, okay, weiter feiern. Or you can say, ich möchte weiter lesen, like I want to continue reading, I want to read further. Okay, so weiter with the verb means like to continue doing something or to keep on doing something. And then in Ordnung, all right. Okay, die Ordnung means the order. So, but in Ordnung means all right, like everything in order. Okay, this is maybe how you can keep it in mind. Or memorize it. Da können wir ja auch grillen. There we can also have a barbecue. After all, I wrote after all here in brackets because here we have ja. Ja, in this case here does not mean yes. You will come across that quite often, I would say, when natives speak, or when you read like texts of natives like here. Ja is a modal particle. It has several meanings. Okay, yes, of course it means ja, of course means yes, but in this case it does not mean yes. It wouldn't make sense to say like there we can yes also have a barbecue. In this case it has more like a meaning after all. Da können wir ja auch grillen. So there it's also possible, it's also fine after all, so we can do it there also. Okay, so this is very intuitive using those modal particles. You will learn it at the B level. Okay, so just for you to know, so it means it's just like a confirmation. She's fine with that. Okay, so she says, ja, da können wir auch grillen. Das ist okay. Okay, so the correct answer here is A, im Garten. Sorry for those weird crosses here. I had to struggle a little bit with them because I had to draw them here on the laptop, so they appear a little bit weird. So it's A, im Garten. Okay. And the next one, Nummer 2. So hier, möchtest du heute Abend mit mir in das Konzert von Rosenstolz gehen? Would you like to go to the concert of Rosenstolz with me today in the evening? Sorry, it's Rosenholz written here, it's Rosenstolz. Okay, so Stolz means pride and Holz means wood. Rosen means roses. Okay, so das Konzert is the concert. Gern, I wrote like sure. Gern is difficult to translate into English. Sure, like a word by word translation would be sicher means sure, but gern means like sure, yes, I would like to. Okay, like I gladly come with you, gern. We can also say gerne with an E at the end. It means exactly the same. Aber wann beginnt das Konzert? But when does the concert start? Ich bin ja bis 7:30 im Spanischkurs. Okay, I'm in the Spanish course until 7:30, bis 7:30 im Spanischkurs. Here again we have this ja. Okay, so it's again very this modal particle, difficult to translate the meaning in the English language. So ich bin ja, I am there. So she's confirming that she's going to be there at the course, so she does not know whether she will have time to come. And with the indication of time, okay, it could be confusing. 7:30, okay, it means 7:30. It does not mean 8:30. Keep in mind that when we use this 7:30, this halb in German, we mention the hour that comes next, not the hour in which we are right now as in English, as we would say 7:30. In German, we say 7:30. Okay, if you want to translate word by word, 7:30. Dann gibt es kein Problem, then there is no problem. Die fangen 9 Uhr an, they start at 9. Die here means he's talking about them, okay, they start. It's another way to say, in this case, sie. He could also say sie fangen 9 Uhr an, they start, but die is a little bit more informal, like die fangen 9 Uhr an, okay, like natives use that a lot. Would be exactly the same as sie in this case.
Wollen wir uns um 8:30 an der Kasse treffen? Okay. Should we meet at 8:30 at the cash point? Die Kasse, the cash point or the cashier. Wollen, if you want to translate it word by word, it would be, do we want to meet? Okay, wollen wir uns treffen? But in German, we use this wollen to want, also to make suggestions. Wollen wir uns dort treffen? Okay, like should we meet there? Shall we meet there in English? Ja, wunderbar. Yes, wonderful. Okay, wunderbar means wonderful. Das Wunder means the miracle, just for you to know, okay? Das Wunder, the miracle, wunderbar, wonderful. Dann bis heute Abend, then see you today in the evening. So the correct answer here, wann wollen Sie sich treffen? When do they want to meet? It is B, 20:30 or 8:30, okay? So, then, as you see here, uns 8:30 an der Kasse treffen. 20:30 with a 24-hour clock. With a 12-hour clock, we would say 8:30. Then the next one. So, entschuldigen Sie bitte. So, excuse me, this is the formal way of saying excuse me. Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Excuse me, please. Ich suche ein Taxi. Vielleicht dort vorne rechts. I'm looking for a taxi, maybe over there in the front on the right side. Vorne means like over there in the front, kind of, dort vorne. Okay, so it's not like behind or left or right. Vorne is like straight ahead over there in the front. Rechts means right und vielleicht maybe. Nein, da vorne rechts gibt es keine. No, there are none over there, like in the front on the right. Okay, I just translated and wrote like each word here so you exactly know what it means in German. Gehen Sie hier geradeaus und an der Ecke nach links. Okay, so go straight ahead and on the corner to the left. The corner is die Ecke, geradeaus, straight ahead. Links is left. Please, if you don't know these words yet, please write them all down and study them, okay? They are very important for the exam, like giving directions or understanding them. It's very often a part of the exam which will be tested. Sie müssen dann noch circa 100 Meter gehen. Then you have to go about 100 meters more. Okay. Noch means like still or yet you will have to walk. Da stehen schon die Taxis. There are taxis already, or the taxis already. Schon is already. Stehen means to stand. Okay, so they are standing, we say in German. Okay, da stehen schon die Taxis. Vielen Dank, thanks a lot. So the right answer is C, geradeaus und links. So straight ahead and then to the left. The next one, guten Tag, ich möchte einen Sprachkurs besuchen. So good afternoon, I would like to join a language course. Der Sprachkurs is the language course. Besuchen actually means to visit. I did not write it here because it would not make too much sense in English to say I want to visit a course. I guess it would not be said this way. So I just wrote I would like to join a course. Wie lange dauern Ihre Kurse? How long are your courses? Okay, dauern means to take when we talk about time, or how long are they, how long do they take? Okay, wie lange dauern Ihre Kurse? Here it's in the formal way, that's why we have it capitalized and we say Ihre Kurse and we don't say deine Kurse. Deine Kurse would be informal. Die Sommerkurse jetzt im Juli und August 2 Wochen. So the summer course is now in July and August 2 weeks. Unsere normalen Kurse dauern aber 3 oder 4 Wochen. Okay, so but our normal courses take 3 or 4 weeks. Gut, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs. Good, I would like to do a summer course. In German, it's enough just to say I would like a summer course. Okay, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs. Of course, you can add if you like, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs besuchen oder ich möchte einen Sommerkurs buchen, like I want to book it, but it's not necessary. Here it's enough in German just to say, ich möchte einen Sommerkurs. Im Juli oder August, Anfang Juli, beginning of July. Der Anfang is the beginning.
Okay, so the right answer here is A, 2 Wochen. He wants to do the summer courses, which just take 2 weeks. Then the next one, number 5. Hallo Johanna, wir treffen uns heute Nachmittag im Park. Okay, hello Johanna, we meet in the park today in the afternoon. Kommst du auch? Will you also come? So here just means, do you also come? Okay, so we can, even though we talk about the near future here, we can just say it in the present tense, kommst du auch? Okay, so we don't have to use the future tense and say, wirst du auch kommen? Okay, here it's enough just to say it in the present tense, kommst du auch? Ja, gerne, yes, sure, or yes, gladly, or I would like to. Soll ich was mitbringen? Should I bring or shall I bring something? Okay, mitbringen, like bring with me. Mit means with, so basically it means should I bring something with me. Was means what, as you know, but etwas, it's like more the short form of etwas. Etwas means something, okay? So she could also say, soll ich etwas mitbringen here in this case. Vielleicht ein Kartenspiel, so maybe a card game. Das Spiel is the game. Die Karte is the card, and in the plural Karten. Die Karten are the cards. Okay, und etwas zu essen. Okay, and something to eat. Nein, das machen wir schon. So no, we do this already. Schon means already. Ich bringe Salat mit und klarer Saft. So I bring salad and clara juice. So ich bringe mit. Mitbringen is a separable verb. Okay, so we separate it when we conjugate it. Ich bringe etwas mit. So I bring something with me. The reason why mitbringen here is in the infinitive form is because we have a modal verb sollen here. Okay, whenever we use a modal verb, we conjugate the modal verb and the second verb stays in the infinitive at the end of the sentence. Der Saft is the juice, der Salat the salad. Okay, so was soll Johanna mitbringen? What shall she bring with her? Karten. Okay, so C is correct. The next one, Nummer 6. Guten Tag, ich möchte bitte Frau Horn sprechen. Good afternoon, I would like to speak to Miss Horn, please. Frau Horn ist leider nicht im Büro. Okay, unfortunately, Miss Horn is not in the office. Sie ist von Mittwoch bis Freitag im Urlaub. So she is on vacation from Wednesday to Friday. Der Urlaub is the vacation. Aber am Montag kommt sie aus dem Urlaub zurück. Okay, but on Monday she returns from vacation. Hier kommt zurück. Zurückkommen means to come back or to return. Okay, it's a separable verb. That's why we have zurück here at the end of the sentence. Zurück by itself also has a meaning. It just means back. Okay, so whenever you see zurück here, you know it must be something about back or returning. Okay, ab 8 Uhr ist sie im Büro. So from 8 a.m. on she will be in the office. Aha, na dann rufe ich nächsten Mittwoch wieder an, da habe ich Zeit. So then I will call again next Wednesday, then I have time, or then I will have time. Da habe ich Zeit. Da here in this case means then, okay? Da means also there, like da ist ein Hund, there is a dog. In this case, we don't talk about a physical being that is somewhere, but it's more about now the time. Da habe ich Zeit, then is when then I will have time. So the correct answer here for wann ist Frau Horn aus dem Urlaub zurück? When is Miss Horn back from her vacation? It's on Monday, am Montag. So that was already it. So if you like, of course, you can listen that several times until you clearly understand everything that is said in the listening part. And of course, as always, please write down all new vocabulary. Also, dann sehen wir uns im nächsten Kapitel. Tschüss!